Hey guys. Alright, so look, I got a story for y'all. I'm about to share my experience as a truck driver with this new company. Excuse me, I gotta pick the right pickle, y'all. Now, do I want a thick one? Alright, so trucking has been freaking roller coaster ride, y'all, for me. Kind of. It's moments. One moment I'm happy, the next moment something is happening that reveals the true color of the company. Dang, I messed up. Hold on. Do I want to keep this one? This is messed up now. Sorry, y'all. Let me see if I can make this work. But anyway, I ended up finding out the true colors of the company, right? I was with a staffing, I'm still with the staffing agency, actually. I was with a staffing agency. And with one of the contracts that I had, I actually like it. Because it was cool work, it's right by my house, and the pay was good. Hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this and talk. Ooh, excuse me. So, they let me do about 2 good weeks, right? We'll meet in like a mother effing. We'll meet in. And the 3rd week, he was like, thanks for your work. All you have done. He was like, but my regular drivers has come back. So with the company, which I understand, the way the contract is like when they don't have a driver, like if a driver calls off or maybe they got sick leave or vacation time, they use me and other drivers that's with the staffing agency to come fill whatever help that they need. So that's pretty much how that went. So I was just like, damn, I kind of felt played. But I'm like, I mean, this is a part of the assignment, so I can't really trip. I just got to look for something real. I mean, you know, permanent. So I ended up doing that. And I found it the same day I found it, the same day I got hired. And everything was just going so fast. And they're like, well, when can you start? And I'm like, shoot. Monday, they was like, okay, we'll get you a plane ticket. And I'm like, a plane ticket? She was like, yeah, the company's located in the main terminal is in Indiana, and that's where they have your truck at, so you'll have to fly out there to pick the truck up. And I'm like, is this paid? She was like, yeah. She's like, I said, orientation? She's like, yeah, there'll be an orientation. She was like, they'll pay you for all of that. I'm like, oh, okay. So she orders my Uber to get to the airport. Go through the airport, everything's smooth. Get to the airport there, they have a Lyft come pick me up. I didn't know the place was like an hour away from my home because I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I didn't know it was like an hour away from where I'm originally from. Never been to this area either that they had me go to. I'm supposed to freeze it, but yesterday I did that and my stuff came out. It was so nasty. So I don't know if you're supposed to freeze this, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and eat it like this. Oh, I gotta stuff it. Hold on. So I like the blue ones, but I killed them. So I got like some dust, and I'm gonna use the dust in here. Crumbs, I should say. To fill it in. If I can get it in there. So I used the so I get there and the manager meets me. He's Arab and he's in his car and he tells the Uber driver, he's like, no, he tells me, he was like, oh, go to the driver's house. I'll be back. I have some a run that I have to do, but I'll be back. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So as we going through the parking lot to get to the door, I see there's a guy outside waiting by his truck and he kind of looked like he was a little frustrated. So the Uber driver said, where did he tell me to drop you off at? And I was like, he said the door. I was like, he didn't say which door. I said, but it's okay. Just go ahead and go to the mechanic shop and I'll just walk through there. So I got out, went through, asked them, where's the driver's lounge? They told me. I go to it, and I'm in this room, I'm sitting. And eventually, after being there for a little minute, the manager comes back and was like, come follow me, take me to the office. I'm thinking I'm gonna get training because these recruiters be lying. They be telling you one thing, and then you actually get at the company or with the company, and it's something completely different from what they said. So make sure y'all be doing your research. All right, so look, this is what my candy pickle's looking like. I don't like chamoy. I do like hot sauce, so I use hot sauce. And then this new flavor tahini, it's a tahini twist, it's new. And then I stuffed it with the Takis. Oh, I'm supposed to put gushers in here too. Do I want to add it right now? I'm sorry, y'all. So you get like a sweet, salty, spicy. Ooh, taste all in one, bite all in one. All right, I'm done with my pickle. Yeah, I had to finish that. So anyway, I talked to the manager. It was the manager that I met in a parking lot. Then there was another, I think he's like a manager. He was American. He's Caucasian American, and he was friendly. So the manager gets me from the driver's lounge and was like, come follow me. I follow him to the office, and he was like, sit there. And he was like, the other manager goes, he said, well, that's rude. He was like, you just told her sit there. He was like, if you would like to, you can have a seat there. And I was like, thank you. So anyway, a lot of stuff that I was told on the phone with the recruiter was different from what actually goes on at that company after talking to them. And then I didn't have no orientation. The manager, the American manager, was like, the other companies that you work for, did you do orientation? I said, yeah. I said, every one of them. He was like, how long was it? I was like, 3 to 5 days. And he was like, oh, wow. He said, well, we're not that big. Hopefully we get big enough where we can have somebody that can do that, but we don't even have a person that can do like orientation for you. Okay. I said, so he's giving me paperwork to sign, and I see that the pay that I was told over the phone by the recruiter is different. I said, hey, I was told this. And he was like, there's no way she could have told you that because it's like a script that she go by. He was like, our stuff is posted everywhere. Like, this is how much you get paid for driving. This is how much you get paid for reefer. This is how much it is for team driver. I said, well, I was never presented that. And so he was like, well, this is what it is. And I'm like, okay, so what's the pay? Like, what? Is it every week? And he was like, oh, yeah, you get paid every week on a Friday. Okay, cool. So the same day, without any training, not a whole lot of information about the company, they were like, oh, we got you a trip. You would pick the trailer from the terminal here, and you're going to be delivering in Ohio. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And the American guy goes, I feel like we're rushing you too fast. You just flew in, you just got here, and we're already putting you at work. Now, by this time, it's late. Okay, so he takes me to my truck. He has me see the truck, and he was like, it was just taken out the shop. They already looked at it. Now, look, while I'm in the office and they're trying to tell me some of the stuff about the company, it's drivers walking in complaining about their trucks, like saying it was more than one driver, and then it was already drivers on the outside. It was one driver on the outside that I seen waiting for his. When I went in the shop, it was a driver in there, and so I said, this some red flags going on here. So anyway, I get my truck. There's no diesel, which okay, cool. But if you saying it just got the shop, I kind of feel like they should have had diesel in it, but it's cool because we ain't that far from a truck stop. The APU didn't work. It was a few things that was wrong with the truck. It was a nice truck, but it was like a few things that was wrong. APU don't work, so I need that at night when it gets cold. I need to turn on the heat, or if it's hot, I need to turn on the AC. And I could not use the APU as far as heat because I was up north, and like during the nighttime it was cold. I couldn't let it was just a lot, okay? But I got through the week. I made it through the week. I go to work yesterday, which is Monday, And when I get to my truck, it's not turning on. The battery voltage was low. So I had told dispatch, like, hey, the truck's not starting up. The battery voltage is 11.9. He was like, oh, let me see what I can do. So he was like, I got somebody. He was like, do you have cables? I said, no. He was like, let me see if I can get somebody. So he was like, I got a driver coming to you. Okay, cool. He's like, he should be there in 20 minutes. It took him a little longer, but it's cool. He still came. And so he gave me a jump. And he was like, hey, make sure you keep the truck running 20 to 30 minutes. Don't turn it off or you're going to be in the same situation. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, was she about to leave? I said, yeah, I got to go pick up. I got to do a pickup. And then I'm headed to the East Coast. And so he was like, oh, okay. Now, keep in mind, too, I was told that this would be a regional account. I asked, does it go to the East Coast? I was told no. The farthest they go is maybe like Virginia. I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, no, New York. And they was like, no, New York. Okay, cool. I get dispatched going to New Jersey. After I said, like, hey, I was told that it was regional and I wouldn't do East Coast. And the dispatch goes, well, who told you that? That's what I was told. Recruiter and by others, you know. So he was like, no. He was like, this is what it is. So I started, I was like, you know what? I wanted to give being an OTR driver a second chance. I'll go ahead and do it. But something wasn't feeling right, okay? So anyway, having the issues with the truck, I had left the terminal, but then I had to come back because I had to gas something. So when I got back, I kept the truck running. The truck cuts off and it wouldn't start back up. So I'm like, hey, I got the same issue. I need to, you know, he's like, well, I can't send another driver. That driver's gone for the day. And he was like, the best option I have for you is to go to buy some cables and take your car and jump the truck. Ooh, I ain't about to take my 2020 Ford Explorer and jump this damn truck. You got me messed. I said no, because you can tell people without being ignorant, ghetto, not classy. And I was like, oh no. I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that. He was like, well, I don't have another solution. He's like, oh wait, I think there's another truck. So I go to that truck. That truck looked like a driver had just left. Now, I want to say this. I had got some information about the company from people that worked there. And it was not great. And so anyway, I get to that truck. The driver door is not opening. He tells me where to get the key or whatever, but the driver door not open. I finally get in. I'm looking at the truck. It's cool. Got a few missing doors off some storage areas, but hey, I'm like, I can go make this money. But oh, did that not start? Something was going on with that. Oh, I just couldn't get in. I was like, you know what? It's getting late. It's been a long day because I had to do like he gave me another truck, so I would have had to move all my stuff out of that truck that I had and put it in this new truck. So by the time I'd done all it, it's getting late. I said, hey, it's getting late. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Let me start tomorrow. Let me just start tomorrow. And so I just decided, I said, this ain't for me. First of all, I want to say this. I had already prayed because I don't want to be an OTR driver. I'm going to be all the way honest. I just got to get some things taken care of as far as like bills. That's why I took it, because it was more money to make. I just started talking to God, and I'm like, God, you know, I really want local. And so while I was in the truck waiting for the guy to come give me a jump, I'm still with the temporary agency for truckers, the staffing agency. So I was trying to log in and see if they had anything on the board. I couldn't get in. I called and I was like, hey, I'm having issues with trying to change my password. It's not taking my username. And so the guy at that company ended up changing it. Shortly after we hang up, my manager calls and was like, hey, I'm your manager. He's like, I think we might have talked. And I'm like, what's your name? He tell me. I'm like, no, we haven't talked. He's like, okay, I thought so. He was like, well, I got 2 opportunities, and both of them are paying really great. They are local. You'll be home daily. And what else did he tell me? Also, one is food, and then another one is like meal or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, yes. And so he told me, he said, but it's in such and such. I said, that's right by my house. Like, oh, yeah, I want that. He's like, are you sure? He's like, I can put you at the top of the list because I'm trying to get a group together. I said, but do they have consistent work? And he was like, yes. He was like, he pulled up a few. He said, one of my drivers did 5 days. Another driver did 6 days, and it's been consistent. And I'm like, oh, okay. It says as long as you got work, I'm pulling up. I'm there. So yeah. So anyway, this is where I'm at now. This trucking journey. It's something, you know, when I was going through my thing, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't want to do it no more. But I'm going to say this, okay? Nothing in life we do is easy. It's going to come with some adversities, some obstacles. But just truly go with what you like to do, what your heart is telling you you should do. Never stay at a company if you're not happy. Never work a job if you're not happy, because you're not going to give your best. You're not going to give your all. And then at the end, it's going to mess with you mentally. So your mental health is very important. And another thing I learned about trucking is the more experience you have, the more opportunity you have to make money. So if you are a new driver and you like, oh, this pays, sometimes you can get blessed and you'll get a position where it's paying you really good. But I'm speaking for the ones who have been out there trying to search and you're like, oh, this really ain't great money. No, get with a company that you really like, even if you gotta search around a little bit. But if you like one, stay with them to get the experience. The more experience you have, the more opportunities you have to make as far as income. I've seen it where I could make $100,000 in a year if I would have stayed, and some people see even more than that. So trucking, it got its perks and it got its pros and it has its cons. But no, if you continue to do your research, you will be able to find something you like. And another thing, if you at a company you don't like it, baby, believe this. The same day that you find a job, you will be hired that same day, okay? Because it is an industry that's in high demand. All right, it's been related. Like, oh, if this is your first time to my channel, please make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, share. Let me know your thoughts. All right, I'm out.